Hello there, this is Ajit Navlaka, your host at this YouTube channel, and in this video, we are discussing group coaching. Two specific things. Firstly, the models around how you could do group coaching, and secondly, what is the exact format that you want to use when you are already enrolled and you already have a group that you're coaching. So this video is going to cover two separate topics, but really expose the idea of what you need to do to be able to start groups and do group coaching if that is something that you desire. Now, firstly, group coaching is very powerful. If you are somebody who wants to make a big impact in a shorter period of time, you do want to explore this idea. As a coach, you can have significantly higher impact just because you take your format of one-to-one and translate it over to a group format. But before I get there, I invite you to hit that red subscribe button if you haven't already. We release a new video around how to be a better coach, how to be making more money, how can have more impact as a coach every single week on this channel. So go ahead, hit that red subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you have, thank you for doing so. Let's get into it. Firstly, let's understand what is group coaching. Group coaching is simply put as when you are working with an entire group or set of individuals at the same point of time. The reason why group coaching is increasingly becoming famous is because more and more companies and individuals are requiring a group to come together to be able to go through a particular journey in their life or in their careers. It is also more lucrative for the coaches because they can have a group of individuals coming together. And lastly, it is more cost affordable for the clients themselves, which makes it easier for them to say yes. A group coaching format can be anywhere between $300 for a 3-month program for a group of 10, 20 people, all the way to $25,000, $30,000 annually that you could charge a group of individuals coming together. So the range of income that you can generate from group coaching is fairly diverse and is very scalable. So if you haven't considered this model, I invite you to do so. Now let's really talk about how do you go about doing group coaching. Now there are 3 most easily implementable group coaching formats that you may want to consider. As you are going through this presentation, I invite you to write in the comment section below which of these formats seem more interesting to you or which one may have some fallacies that you see clearly why it would not work for you. Engaging with a piece of content actually allows you to have even a better retention of information as you are going through this particular video. So let's talk about the 3 different very specific formats that you can utilize in your group coaching program. The first format that you want to consider is online courses. Now, traditionally, online courses are considered as just delivery, which is where you sit in front of a camera and then just tell everything that you need to tell, and the person takes that experience at their own pace. While that format can be useful in many scenarios, what we have found to be even more useful is if we can actually make it more of a group coaching format, which means that you're not only saying, hey, here's a training material, go ahead and listen to it, and then do whatever you got to do next. But instead of that, we made it a live group coaching format. That simply means that you are using the cost structure of a program, say $300 or $400, but you are actually taking a group of 20, 30, maybe even 50 people at the same time through that entire journey. This is where you have one training video that sets the context for the week or for the day, and then you have a live coaching format where you are actually going on a live call and then working with that group to be able to get those outcomes. Now, you can even take away that contextual video, but we find that the experience is significantly better for your clients if there was a contextual video. This means that you actually send a video, say, on a Monday to your clients, and on a Friday or a Saturday, you have a group coaching call that allows for people to be able to come in with questions, concerns, things that may have come up for them as they were taking that contextual video. So let me give you an example on how an online group with coaching would look like. Recently, we announced the launch of Start Your Coaching Business program inside our community. This Start Your Coaching Business program starts on a particular day and ends on a particular day. Extremely useful for any new or seasoned coach who wants to restart their careers or start their careers into the coaching field. So what we decided to do in the program is we set individuals to come into the program on a particular day, and for 3 weeks, every single day, take 20 minutes of the day to get themselves set up on a coaching business. And while they're going through this 3-week journey, they also get to engage in a group coaching format alongside rest of the individuals that are taking this journey. This makes it extremely powerful for the individuals that is taking the journey to not only take that program that is only 20 minutes a day, but also experience live coaching with me week after week so they can clarify their questions, look at the different challenges that may show up in their lives, and get the outcomes that they truly desire. This allows us to be able to get more outcomes for the individuals that are coming into the group. The second format is called the mastermind format. A mastermind format is simply where you bring a set of individuals who are all experienced in the field that they will be working together in. In this format, you act more as a facilitator of the experience than the trainer of the experience. This is where you would bring, say, a qualified set of 6 to 8 individuals coming together, having a conversation around a particular topic on a weekly basis. Usually a mastermind format will not assume a particular outcome. It would be a very general outcome like living a better life or making more money. And the reason why the topics are so broad is because it is very much reliant on the group that's coming together. It's very much reliant on what are the other people going to say, and everybody there is mostly there for larger progress. This is why mastermind groups are slightly more difficult formats to bring together and make them successful, because each of the person that you enroll is vitally important to a mastermind group. If individuals are at different stages of life or different stages of career, very often the mastermind experience may not be as lucrative, as awesome as you would like your group coaching format to be. Now, you can mix the mastermind format by being the lead trainer of the group and the coach, of course, of the group to be facilitating that experience a little bit more tightly. But a mastermind's power truly is sum of its parts, which means each individual has to bring something important to the table for the group to win together. Let me give you an example. So recently I was invited to speak in a group of about 6 entrepreneurs who were all doing multiple 7 figures in their income. While I was speaking to the group, I realized that the power of that group was so strong. The reason was because each of that individual came from a slightly diverse field, from a slightly different market, but were facing similar type of challenges. They were all multi-7-figure entrepreneurs looking to be able to expand their business, looking to be able to grow their businesses, which made it really interesting for everybody in the group because everybody was at a similar journey but was having a completely different experience and hence added to each other's experiences. You want to create mastermind groups where you bring diverse individuals with similar set of problems so they can all solve it together as a group think. The third format is an intensive group coaching day or days. This simply means that you decide 1 to 3 days long intensive programs where you bring a small group of people that would come together to get that particular outcome. Let me give you an example. Very often, I used to host something that I would call the Clarity Intensive, where I would enroll anywhere between 4 to 6 people into a group, and for 2 days, we would work together to get absolute clarity in their businesses. This group coaching format would allow me to enroll every individual that is seeking clarity in their life at that point, and then design the group coaching format in a way where it allows me to take them through a set of exercises, set of trainings, and then set of one-on-one coaching that is experienced by the entire group on the focus point of clarity or getting clarity in their business. So group intensive is really focused on one idea that you want to focus on as a group, and then the training and coaching is designed to fulfill that one outcome. So you could have a group intensive on any area or topic. Group intensives are extremely useful, especially in company settings, but you could also use it for personal life. Now that you already know the models of creating a group coaching program, let me walk you through the key elements that make a group coaching program really successful. The first key element is context. One of the biggest mistakes that a coach can make in a group is to not set a really good context to the conversation that is going to be had in that group. This is why the course format or a group intensive format naturally works better, because it has inherent context already being set up, because the course is a particular outcome to go to and the group intensive has a particular outcome to go to. And because of that, they have a natural inbuilt context that will allow the coach to be able to hold a conversation powerfully. But that sometimes is not true for mastermind calls and mastermind group sessions. Because there is no strong context, the conversation can go everywhere. And when the conversation goes everywhere, it leads to no clear outcomes. You want to make sure that you are setting really strong context before the conversation even starts. This is how you may have already set up your course, because every single week, like I said, you may start with a training video, which may set the context for that week's group coaching call. Be very mindful of creating context, because that is going to be vitally important to the results that your clients are going to get. The second key element is engagement. Most of the groups will have multiple individuals and hence multiple personalities joining the group, which means the way they interact with the content and the group coaching sessions may be very, very diverse. This means you may have an extrovert in the group who always likes to talk and takes over the conversation for the entire group, or you may have an introvert that may not say anything until asked for. This means you have to be very, very mindful when you are leading the group that you're constantly checking in on engaging every individual or most individuals of the group. This becomes increasingly hard if your group is over 20 to 30 people. When your groups are large, which may happen especially during a delivery of a course or a program, you want to create different ways for them to be able to engage. It could be through commenting on things. It may be by engaging specific questions. It may be by adding assessments and tests within the program that creates engagement and creates a dialogue between you and your client. It's vital for a group success that most individuals inside a group engage in one way or another. When they don't engage, they will often drop off. You don't want your clients to drop off in your group coaching program. The third most important thing in a group coaching format is results. Very often when you're engaging with a group, what may happen is they may be taking a lot of information as you coach somebody in front of them, or you coach them, or you simply train them. In all of these ways, they may take a lot of information but may not have a direct association as to that the result that they're achieving in their life right now are in some way related to the information that you gave or the coaching that they experienced. If they don't directly relate the results to your group coaching program, very often they may find it hard to find a reason why they should engage in your program or take the next training that you're releasing the next week. And because of that, it becomes vitally important for you to always remind them of the results that they're experiencing. Find a way to capture the week or that particular training session. Find a way for them to come back to you and tell you what was the key highlight, what was the key insight that they may have had when they were having that coaching experience with you. It is very important for you to remind them or ask them to show you the results they're getting from the program so they can stay engaged and also associate your group coaching program to the results that they're experiencing, leading for them to engage further with you in different ways of group coaching or one-on-one coaching that you may release in the coming years. So those are the three key elements that you want to be mindful of when you're designing and delivering your group coaching program. Now let's get down to the structure of a group coaching program. Now the structure may vary slightly based on the type of format that you use or the model that you're using for group coaching, but loosely, if you follow a structure like this, you will always tend to get results for your clients and always have engagement and always be able to set context in your group coaching program. I'm going to show you two ways of being able to deliver results for your clients in your group coaching format. The first model is teach, coach, relate, facilitate. Now, what does that model mean? Firstly, you start your group coaching program by teaching something. This is like how you would set context in a course style group coaching format, or when you're starting a group coaching intensive, you will have some kind of training that will set people up contextually for that particular intensive. It may also be the way you start a mastermind, where you teach something that sets the context of the conversation. This is a direct delivery format. This is where you are delivering something to your clients to get them in the right space, physically, mentally, spiritually. Then you coach. This is where you may pick somebody from the audience who finds most contextual narrative to the thing that you just taught. You bring them up on stage or you pick them out on the Zoom room and you start coaching them. Now you're coaching this particular person. You're coaching this particular problem that the person is experiencing. Take that coaching and relate it to the rest of the group. And once you've related it back to the group, facilitate a dialogue within the group so everybody benefits from what you may have trained on, coached on, and related on. This simply means that you would break your group into smaller groups so they can talk between themselves as to what showed up for them when they were having this experience of watching somebody being trained, coached, and then also being able to listen to what you related to the group. You'll break people into groups of 2 or 3 or 4 where they can coach each other or talk to each other as to what is the experience they're having, what's the takeaways that they're having, what is the thing that they will implement in their own lives. You may ask open-ended questions that facilitates a dialogue within the group so they can make more sense of everything that just happened in front of them. Now that's the first model of being able to facilitate a very effective group coaching session. The second format, and an easier format to put out into the world, is coach relate, coach relate. This means that before even the coaching session happens, you'll find 2 or 3 individuals within the group that you know are experiencing the most common challenges that the rest of the group may be experiencing. You would bring them on stage or bring them as a highlight on your Zoom room or however you are doing the group coaching session. Then you will go ahead and coach these individuals in front of the entire room. And while you're coaching this particular individual or these individuals, and you may take turns to coach them one at a time, you would always go back and relate it to the rest of the audience. You would always go and ask a question that may inspire the group that is watching this coaching session to say, oh, that's how I relate to this. This is how this is implementable in my life. This is where this may be happening in my life. And when you do that, it invites the group constantly to stay engaged in what's happening on stage and draw insights from everything that they may hear or experience as the coaching session is happening. And then you keep doing that. You coach the person and then you relate it to the group. Then you coach the person again and then you relate it to the group. And you keep doing it until the person is complete or you feel that conversation is complete and the insight that was to be drawn to the group has been drawn. Now, these are very easy to do group coaching formats that you can use in any of the coaching models that you pick to deliver to your audience. Did you find that useful? If that was the case, go hit that like button and leave me a comment so I know this video helped you tremendously and you're going to use it in your next group coaching program that you release out to the world. If you want to experience a group coaching program with me, go ahead and check out the link below that allows you to have a scholarship offer on Start Your Coaching Business. This is one of our highest rated programs with hundreds and hundreds of testimonials of individuals who have taken Start Your Coaching Business and actually ended up starting their coaching businesses or restarting their coaching businesses in a whole new light. I'd love to have you in that group coaching class. Click on the link below to get more information. Hey, if by any chance you still haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button because you know you're going to get some amazing content on this channel in the coming weeks. Thank you so much for watching. This is Ajit Navlakha and you're watching this on EverCoach.